I said this already, and I'll say it again, this time to the female audience, that means my female subscribers. Stop agreeing with the world concerning what you are. Okay, I need to say it again. Stop agreeing with the world concerning what you are. First of all, the world is deceived. That's one. And secondly, what the world tells you that you are is bringing you in trouble. Because who runs the world? Pagans. Whom do pagans worship? Satan. Who's their god? Who's their example? Apollo, Antichrist. Who's the false prophet? Hermes, another demonic entity. Those three demons, that triangle, that's what pagans hold on to. And all those three entities within a triangle hate females. They're all about intoxicating in male energy. All the time. So how can you expect such folks to say anything good about females? They won't. Even if they appear to say something good, it's only to drag you in the negative. So especially as a female, you shouldn't agree with what the world says about you. And what I mean with that is the following. You have this category called damaged goods that's used. I'm not going to discuss the origin of that term. That's not necessary nor relevant now. Well, kind of is, but it comes down to the following. Pagans have this profile of the damaged female they promote. And the typical damaged female is a cluster B type personality disordered woman. Okay, maybe I should say that differently. Their profile that they use for females is a female that suffers from a cluster B personality disorder. Narcissistic, sociopathic, even psychopathic or borderline. If you fall within that category, you fit their profile. So pagans do not promote healthy female behavior. Why? Because they don't want healthy feminine energy. Why? Because healthy feminine energy, which is nurturing, is a threat to their rule. The rule of pagans, which is the rule of Antichrist, depends upon deflected male energy. That's male energy just trapped in the negative. And one of the easiest way to put men in the negative is to have the females in the negative. It's a very easy thing to do. That's what Satan did in the Garden of Eden. And that path has been repeated throughout human history. So pagans they don't want healthy feminine energy. They want toxic feminine energy. That is what they promote. So never expect pagans to promote a healthy, functioning female. They never will. And here's another secret I want to reveal onto you. Well, secret. It's common knowledge if you're aware of such stuff. When a pagan has his business, remember, I'm not talking about people that are vegetarian and they love animal rights and they call themselves pagan. I'm not talking about people who are into this pagan trend. I'm talking about the real pagans, those that worship the beast. A real pagan, which is a man, there are female pagans also, but I want to talk about that right now. A real pagan will always honor the beast. Why? Because Satan has become his father figure. So he trusts his father figure and he walks into his father's footsteps. So he will trust what the devil sees as a good woman. Good. And Satan's version of good is a cluster B type of female. So when that pagan is recruiting people to work for his business, he will tell his recruiters what type of females he wants on his team, on the workplace, I mean. So, let's say you graduated college, you worked for 3 years, you speak several languages, so you're a woman that has something to offer. Let's say you apply for a job somewhere, and that place where you apply for a job is run or owned by a pagan. What will happen? When your application arrives, the recruiter who often is a pagan also, will check it out. And if he sees, whoa, this is an interesting resume over here, then they'll take that resume and they'll go to fortune tellers. And they will ask the fortune teller what type of female you are. And the fortune teller, who is filled with demons, will have demons informing the fortune teller about you. And if the fortune teller reveals that you don't fit the profile, you're out. Or if they don't go to fortune tellers, they will go through their archives to see if you're a member of some pagan cult, or whether your parents were, or whether your father was a part of it. If your father was part of some pagan cult, they think, okay, they might have grown up with pagan thinking, so they may pass you. But here's what I want you to catch. They don't really care about your resume, about your experience. They don't. When you're a female and the place is run by pagans, they only care if you fit that profile of the disordered female. If you fit that profile, and you also have the physical characteristics that resemble their vampire goddesses, wow, you're in. It can be that you're not fit for the job. It can be that you don't have any work experience that's relevant for the job. But just because you fit into that idol of Jezebel, or what's called the Aphrodite in Greek, you're in. And what happens then? In that team, at that company, you will have a lot of dysfunctional females working there. There's a lot of toxic feminine energy all around, and the men that will work there are affected by it. And those men that work there are not aware of the scheme of the pagans. They're not, they're just doing their job, but they're affected. And that's how the pagan worships the devil. You get what I'm saying here? Now, this does not apply to all companies, absolutely not. But companies that's run by pagans, that is how they do. When you're a female, that's a criteria. Do you fit the profile of the Aphrodite or the profile of Jezebel? If you do, you're in. They don't care about your looks that much. So don't think you can come there with your sexual charms, you will get the job. No. If you don't fit the profile, you're not getting in. Well, that's what I want to say here, because in mainstream media they also promote this Jezebel profile a lot. Why? To give females a bad example of what it means to be a female. Why? This will trap the female population in a negative, which in turn will cause the men to be in a negative, because the men will have to deal with females who are in the negative. And that's how demons get access to men, to steal their energy. That's what it's about. So, ladies, before saying that such and such woman is an example, check who she is, please. And this emulation thing, you can be inspired by someone else, nothing wrong with that, but don't idolize anyone, okay? That being said, agree with Christ and be at peace.